Hey you guys, Patty here. So there have been questions about coach placement and PV, personal volume, and what that looks like in the bigger picture. You're going to learn all of this in a lot of the training, depending on where you're at, if you're going for that diamond training. But I just wanted to break it down for you guys really quick to just show you as you're adding coaches why it's important to place coaches on your weak leg and on your strong leg and what that looks like, okay? So, you guys know that when you're going for, we'll hit emerald first and then we'll hit diamond, okay? So this is you, right? You. And my handwriting's awful, but hopefully you'll be able to see this, okay? So when you hit emerald, you have a coach on each side, okay? You have a weak leg and you have a strong leg, okay? And don't get so hung up on the right and left because everybody's different. So I'll just say you have a weak leg and you have a strong leg. And what that means, okay, is that your strong leg is where your upline is, okay? So where your coach is, where I am, where all of Team Inspiration is. So here you are. And then if you have hopefully you can see this, if you have your upline coach is going to be above you, okay? So upline coach is above you on this side, right? All that volume is going to be trickling down, okay? So this side won't have the volume, okay? So that's your weak leg. That's what we mean when we say your strong leg with all that volume and that weak leg which doesn't have volume. Now, why is that important? Okay, because as you hit emerald and above and that diamond, you get team cycle bonuses. And those bonuses come from when you have PV cycling. So you have 200 PV on your strong leg, okay? And then you'll have 100 on your weak leg. And that's a cycle, okay? So then that equals, if you're an emerald, $14. And then if you're a diamond, I think it's $18, okay, as a cycle, 18 or 19. So that's important because then you start building your team, right? So once you hit diamond, you've got 4 coaches on each side and 1 emerald on each side, okay? So we'll turn these guys into emeralds, okay? Hopefully you can see that. So what happens is you're going to be having all this volume still coming down from your upline coach, and then you want to build up this weak leg so that you can have more cycles, okay? So every 100 and every 200 on this side, you're going to have that bonus, okay? Sometimes you can get that bonus like 6 times in one day. So what happens is, let's say your strong leg has like 14,000 PV. It's going to be high. It could be lower than that. It could be like 3,000, okay? But still, that's a lot of cycles, right? 200 into 3,000. My math is horrible. So let's say it was 1,000. So then that would be 5 cycles, okay? But it's only going to cycle if you've got the same amount on the other side as far as how many 100s. So let's say you have 800 on your weak leg. What that means is that it's going to cycle for 200 and 100, 200 and 100 until you're at 0. So that's 8 cycles, because then you'll hit 0 on this side and you're still going to have 13,200 PV on this side. See what I'm saying? So what you want to do is build up that weak leg so that you get more cycles, because your strong leg is always going to have a lot of PV coming from that upline, okay? So when we talk about coach placement and we say weak leg and strong leg and what all that means, you know your weak leg has less volume and we want you to build it. So when coaches say, when we say put your spouse on your weak leg, the goal with that is so that you can build up and have control over that side. You can build up your spouse to where, let's say they're emerald, they'll be cycling, you'll be cycling off of their PV too. And we'll get into that more. But that way, you're going to have that extra additional cycling with your spouse on this side. The higher up your spouse is, the more that they'll have volume underneath them. Because if you wait, 3 months down the road and you put your spouse in and they're down here, they're going to miss out on all that volume with all of their coaches, with all your coaches, okay? So, if you have people who are just discount coaches starting out, maybe eventually they will go and work the business, but they just want to be a discount coach, then go ahead and put them on your strong leg, okay? So that you can build up your weak leg with business builders that are going to be putting out more PV, all right? Because as a diamond, you got to be even. You got to make sure you have at least 4 coaches on each side and an emerald on each side. So you do need a business builder on each side. But you can put your discount coaches on your strong leg and your business builders, the ones that want to build, on your weak leg, so that they can raise that PV and you can get more cycle bonuses. And I'm making this video because I did not do this stuff. I wasn't explaining this. I didn't know. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And so as you're doing coach placement, as you have more questions, reach out to me so I can explain it a little bit more. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully you can see this. I can try to zoom in a little bit when I edit this video. But I want you to be able to get as much money as you can, okay? Yes, it's great to help people, but it's cool when you have the strategy to be able to build and bring in more income. And I will tell you that the majority of my income is cycling, is bonuses. It's not my sales, okay? This is not a sales thing, which I love because it's all about building your team and helping other people to know how to grow their own business. And so yeah, so if you have questions about that, let me know. I was gonna go over it on the call last night, but we didn't have a whole bunch of the Push to Diamonds in that call. So I didn't want to confuse any new coaches. If you're a new coach, just get through the new coach training. If you're pushing to Emerald and you have questions, reach out to your coach or to me. And yeah, and that's all I have. So I hope you guys have a great day, and let me know if you have questions.